Jeffcoat went to Chile, official business, but on the way back, his plane made an unplanned stop to refuel in the Cayman Islands.
Juicy spot for financial misdeeds, tax evasion, money laundering.
We'll get into it. See if Jock or his money paid a visit to any banks while in country.
Do it.
The Cayman Islands. We hear a bunch about them when it comes to rich people and rich people hiding their money, evading taxes, all that great stuff. So what's really going on over there? Like, how is that legal? Well, the Cayman Islands is one of few tax havens around the world. So the Caymans, they don't have a corporate tax, which is great. If you're a multinational corporation, of course you're going to want to go there because you could basically shield all your income from taxation. So a tax haven is basically any location that has a very lenient or even non-existent tax law. So some of them include Switzerland. You know, in every movie, the rich people and the criminals all want to keep their money in Swiss banks. There's a reason for that. You got the British Virgin Islands, Bermuda, and Dominica. So like the British Virgin Islands, they don't have any corporate tax, estate tax, inheritance tax, gift tax, sales tax, and they have an income tax that's basically zero. And these are all the taxes that piss everyone off in the United States, especially when you got money. This estate tax especially is crazy. You die, and if you don't have your stuff set up right, the government takes most of it. It sucks. So tax havens like the Caymans, they provide offshore banking services to foreigners and foreign businesses. So for example, a large corporation might establish an offshore subsidiary in the Cayman Islands and direct all their sales through that subsidiary, rather than through their parent company, which might be based in the US. Because that way that shell corporation in the Caymans earns the company's profits. And those profits that are going over there are subject to the tax laws in the Caymans, which, as we said, right, their corporate tax is zero. So instead of the US corporate tax rate, which is nice and high at almost 40%, you get to play with the Cayman rules, which are much better. And actually that company I work with, Real Vision, who I do the videos with once a week, they're located in the Caymans. Like, I'm pretty sure their LLC is established there, and they actually have an office there too, because that's where Raul Powell actually lives. He's the CEO, and he's the retired hedge fund manager, so he knows the Caymans really well. And of course it made sense to establish your company there too. Real nice tax laws. In the Caymans, there's also no taxes on interest or dividends earned on investments, which is huge and why a ton of hedge funds incorporate over there. And then of course, like all tax havens, privacy laws are really strong there. So the Caymans makes it easy for individuals and business owners to shield their assets and identities from prying eyes. So if you have a lot of money, you don't want people knowing you have a lot of money. It just brings problems. Rich people problems, but you know, still problems, especially when it comes to the government, which is always going to try and figure out ways to take that money from you through taxation. Now there's some other benefits of the Caymans too, as they explained on Quora. So if you're a hedge fund, you might have clients in a lot of different countries that have investments in a lot of other countries. So in this example, if you have a Saudi investor putting money in a French fund that is going to turn around and invest that money in a US company that has operations in Bolivia, well, you're looking at a tax nightmare. And then if you got some Russians and Chinese and Nigerians in the mix, it's not going to work out. So the solution is to put your fund somewhere that is neutral territory and has no taxes, so you don't even got to worry about it. So that makes sense for a multinational hedge fund. And then a good thing about the Caymans is that their defense and foreign policy are in the hands of the United Kingdom, which you know is pretty strong. So you don't have to worry about getting invaded, which sounds funny, but that's actually a real worry for some small island nations with large amounts of money. So you probably heard Silicon Valley thought leaders talking about creating a separate island nation so that they could do what they want without the US government interfering. But there's always one massive flaw with that plan. You don't have the US Army to protect you, and that's a serious problem. Russia has no issues with invading you. So once again, that's another benefit of the Cayman Islands being under the UK. Some more factors that make the Caymans so popular. So they started targeting offshore businesses 30 plus years ago, which gave them a huge head start over these other tax havens. They are one of the world's largest banking centers. Obviously, as a hedge fund, you need a bank to operate, and there's a lot of options in the Caymans. And it's easier to have your banking and your incorporation in the same country with the way regulations work, I guess. And by now, there are already well-established laws relating to hedge funds in the Caymans, meaning that companies that set up their hedge funds there have a lot less uncertainty. Because you know, if all your buddies set up all their hedge funds there, you know it's good. You don't have to worry as much about someone screwing you over. And then customers too are more comfortable investing in hedge funds that are regulated by the Cayman authorities because they've been doing it for a while, and as a customer, you don't want your money getting screwed with either. So there you go. There are a lot of benefits of incorporating or starting your hedge fund in the Caymans. It's not shady, it's completely legal, but at the same time, you know, people get mad when rich people are hiding their money from taxes. So that's why Chuck was saying, ooh, maybe we'll find something over there. Now, if you like this video, make sure you check out our whole playlist of billion Billions breakdowns. I'm gonna link to it right here. And absolutely subscribe to this channel because we're gonna do more of these. Subscribe and hit that bell too so you get an email notification when the next Billions video comes out. We're publishing a lot of them every day almost. So subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Stay fallible out there. Bye.